Good morning, noon, evening or night, depending when you're watching this video. My name is Alegende and welcome back to World of Tanks. And today I'm playing the EBR 90, the tier 10, tier 9, French build tank. It looks very much like the tier 10 because from this tier onwards the wheels are really getting prominent in the profile of this tank, unlike the links. So right here you see a typical play at the start of the battle with a little tank, just rushing to aggressive position, in this case just taking the middle right away, trying to get some early spots. But since this tank doesn't have the best view range, even if I have got like ventilation and coated optics on it, it's still not reaching the maximum view range potential, meaning that, well, spotting is somewhat harder, but if you will see later on in the battle, spotting in this thing isn't really that much of a challenge, and for that reason I'm a bit conflicted about playing this tank. A bit the same if I play artillery, and it's just the consistent annoyances that I have when I'm playing against these things, either real tanks or artillery. But even playing real tanks themselves is kind of black or white, because it is either going to be a really good game or a really bad game, because you can fuck up a little bit and, well, your tank will get immediately destroyed. But other times like these, like you saw, that HWK didn't stand a chance. I spotted him, he tried to fire me, missed of course, even though he was stationary. I hit him on the move because the gun handling statistics are, well, also great, even though it is moving at near 90 kilometers per hour. And, well, spotting the HWK in such an open location means that the rest of my team could easily dispose of him. And there isn't really much more to it. It's just driving around and spotting enemy tanks which barely can hit you back. But in the games where things do go wrong, either by, well, tricky driving skills or just bad luck and meeting the entire enemy team who instantly destroy your wheels, when you repair it they get destroyed again, and, well, you're dead. And I really have this kind of on and off gameplay, like it either goes very well or it either goes very bad. I do have to tend more of the latter games in the tier 10 which I have right now. But, well, that's maybe why I don't play that much EBR 105 these days. So back to the battle. Like I said before, nothing really interesting happened except just driving around. Maybe the only thing to notice is that I keep very close attention to, like, the line in which the enemies are in huge numbers and where my team are pretty much dominating. So if you look at the minimap, you can pretty much draw a line from A5, A6 right towards the factory right there, and then you can, well, curve off diagonally all the way to the Jack Panzer E100 is and cut it off horizontally. So we already got around 3/4 of the map, but it is this kind of border between your team and the enemy team which you have to keep in mind. And when you cross that border, which, well, you can easily do in this tank, you have to, well, keep some more attention to potential crossfires. And the huge difference between like wheeled vehicles and light tanks is that light tanks don't really want to cross that borders that much anymore. because if they get in a crossfire, they will take longer to disengage. Well, the wheeled vehicle like these are way faster, can turn also quicker. So you saw me just went through the enemy lines, quickly shut down the Jack Prince E100, and I can quickly disengage. Got also some looks right here, because that AMX could have shot me. Bit of a poor play, not really paying that attention, but wow, I'm a wheeled vehicle. You can barely hit me, and when you do it most of the times, my wheels just absorb the shot entirely. Even though I play in this low skill tank with already nearing 3000 spotting damage, my team is still a bit struggling in order to secure the win. And right now you might notice that, well, the standard tactic may not come in that handy anymore. Of course, shots that hit can be absorbed by the wheels, but well, even the thickest armor in the game, which are the wheels of the EBR tanks, can be neglected occasionally. So right now I'm not too keen anymore to just rush right into it with the AMX and 60 TP still, well, around there. So I decided to take a whole other flank. A bit of a medium tank tactic of flanking and supporting. But well, this tank does that but 10 times better because it's so fast. It can easily shoot in a move, and it can disengage and switch flanks in no time. So here you see me, or you're going to see me just again going right through the enemy lines, because this is where a gap in their line is. Although I think that there was a gap in their line. Unfortunately, the Rheinmetall Waffenträger is still around here, but you see, with the support of the artillery, he doesn't stand a chance. I mean, I can turn around it. Of course, this is maybe the reason why I don't play the tier 10 that good, if you saw my driving skills right there. But eventually, also with the HE rounds, which I can honestly fire way more. HE rounds on the thing do have some excellent penetration values. Right here I can go for the artillery, but I decide not to. I think that my own arty support is enough to shut down the Conqueror, so I try to disengage, because I'm not sure if any of the tanks, enemy tanks in the factory are going to return in order to protect their base, or protect their artillery. So I tried to disengage here, as well as try to, well, pick off the other artillery tank, which I leave, of course, with 1 HP left. Maybe that's why I don't fire HC all the time. But the Conqueror gun carriage is unfortunately not being shut down. Maybe because the Centurion X10 is now literally at our doorstep. So next I try to, well, get some view again on the other enemy tanks. I'm still driving this, it's just also driving in a particular route through the map. I mean, I made an entire circle around the map right now, and I'm just driving to location to hope, in hope of spotting some enemy tanks. Right now that I haven't spotted anyone, I think that the 60 TP is also around the Emil 2, more on the back, still in the factory. So that gave me a chance to again rush the artillery. So I don't know what happens right here. Okay, maybe the camera was a bit distorted. That was weird. So right now only the 60 TPs left, and he did something that was just a nice bonus to my tactic of just going towards the back of the enemy lines and hunting down the artilleries. The 60 TP has actually followed me and tried to chase me. Of course, it's the 60 TP might not be the best player in thinking that he could catch me. But by doing this, it reminds me of another very powerful tactic you can do in the EBR, as I'm right now just absolutely destroying him. You can actually try to let enemy tanks chase you. And by doing that, you keep them out of the battle, like the 60 TP right here. So this battle resulted, of course, in an ace tanker alongside with one of my favorite medals, the Pascucci's medals, and also the scout medal for nearing 4000 spotting damage. This of course gave me the top on experience, around 1350 base experience, also with the most amount of damage done of our team. And finally also getting a nice amount of credits once again for, well, not really throwing that much premium rounds and also getting some extra damage with that nice HE. So in this battle you saw me pretty much at the start doing the standard typical wheeled vehicle tactics of just driving around trying to spot enemy tanks. It is more to the middle to end part of this quite close battle that some new interesting learning moments you can take along with your wheeled vehicles is just noticing where the border is between your team and the enemy team, where you can expect to get a lot of crossfire from the enemy team and where not, and where you are relatively safe. And finally also getting some nice bonuses, going through a gap of their, well, defensive line, hunting down some artillery, also nice, and also getting the 60 TP to follow you. By doing this, you take the enemy tank out of the combat between, well, the enemy team and your friendly team, giving your friendly team the upper hand. So with that, this is the end of the video, and I will see you next time. Laters.